What's good, and welcome to this week's episode of Challenge Cup Thursday. So the log replayer that I use is finally back online after some adjustments for 2 weeks or something like that. Anyway, so my opponent's going to send out Kangaskhan, I'm going to send out Skiploom. He has a fake out, which is rather unfortunate for me because now he's able to do damage. So I go for the Cotton Guard just so I can raise my defense, but he goes for the round. And I'm going to just go for that Toxic because that's my best bet against this Kangaskhan so far. And I go for my own round, and then my opponent goes for round and gets Toxic, and I go for round because I'm just trying to get him defeated, and he goes for round and I get KO'd. Well, that's not fun. So, I decided to put in Swellow, thinking Swellow can maybe do something. I go for the Aerials, and my opponent goes for the round, does fairly decent damage to me. The Toxic is finally going to kill that Kangaskhan, which is good because the Kangaskhan was annoying. I go for the U-turn, hoping that Static didn't activate, and it didn't. And I go into my Ampharos, and my own Static is going to activate. So I go for the Mega Kick, Static doesn't activate on me. And then I go for the Dynamic Punch and get my opponent confused, and Static still does not activate on me. Because for whatever reason, I'm getting rather lucky right now. So I go for the Mega Kick, and he is going to hurt himself in confusion and finish off his own Pachirisu. So that's awesome. So now he goes for the Zen Headbutt and misses because, like I said, I'm getting lucky. And then he tries to go for the Zen Headbutt again and misses yet again. I go for another double edge. And he finally hits the Zen Headbutt, but wouldn't you know, my Static activates. Well, that's not very fun for him. Yeah. So, obviously he's getting kind of screwed over a little bit. I'm going for the double edge just to do some damage. He goes for the Zen Headbutt and finishes off my Ampharos, regrettably. But that's okay because I have Cobalion and I go for the Poison Jab. And then you'll see I make a move that I should have made earlier in the match, later on in the match. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but you'll see it. And now he's going to put in Imbor, and I'm afraid this Imbor might be fast or something, so I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. And he gets the first turn paralysis. I got really lucky on hacks, and that is just completely unusual for me. You guys have seen some of my matches. I get really screwed over, and now I'm not getting screwed over. It's madness. So, as I put in Swanez, he goes for the superpower. He's going to bring in Ducklet when I go for the Fly, and I do some damage, which is good. Then I get Scalded, and doesn't burn me. I go for the Aqua Ring, so I can stall him out, and he scalds me yet again, but this time it does burn. That's kind of a bummer, because now my physical attacks aren't going to be doing that much to this Ducklet, and it had a Citrus Berry, so it just healed itself. And also my Aqua Ring's not going to really be getting any health back, because I'm going to be losing it due to burn and everything. I go for the Fly, as I know I can survive one more burn, so I might as well get in an attack. And I get in an attack, and then I will go down to my opponent's Scald. Well, that's rather sad. So I'm going to put in my Tentacruel, because I figure Tentacruel should be able to wall it, especially when I go with the Substitute, because he shouldn't be able to break the sub. Even with a crit, he does not break the Substitute. So I go for a Scald, because I'm not sure what he was going to do. Or, I mean, I go for a Magic Coat, because I wasn't sure what he was going to do. Now I'm going to go for my own Substitute. He goes for a Scald, and obviously I am going to live. I get a Whirlpool crit, and it turns out he's going to be lucky enough to have the Roost, so this is going to get a bit stally for a little bit, because now that he has Roost, I really can't do anything, because the only attacking move I had was Whirlpool, and how am I supposed to use that to any effectiveness, really? So my Substitute finally fades, and I'm going to just go ahead and go for the Whirlpool, and of course I will miss, and then he will Scald, and of course burn me. Just my luck. But the upside is that he's kind of, my Tentacruel's almost dead, so I can kind of almost bring something in to defeat him. And I missed that second Whirlpool, which was a bummer, because that would have helped. But I do hit the whirlpool after that is, I'm going to die. And here I go for retaliate, which I should have done against that oopsie. Don't know why I didn't, but he scalds me and I get lucky enough not to get scalded. And I go for the poison jab, and now he brings in Embor, and I'm gonna go for the poison jab because that's a good idea. And he's gonna go for the superpower and do enough to KO me, which means I'm left with Swellow. Things are not looking good for me right now because all I have left is Swellow. He is gonna bring in Togepi. I go for Aerial Ace. That does some fairly decent damage. And then I guess he must not have like anything to harm me with Togepi, so the Embor is going to go down. Don't know if the crit mattered. Probably not, because it would have been a 2-hit KO at the very least. And I go for an Aerial Ace. He goes for the Shadow Ball. I guess that's his only attacking move against me, and he has nothing to hinder me. And I am going to get a crit in the Aerial Ace, which just makes things faster, and that is going to be the end of this Challenge Cup Thursday. So comment, like, and sub, and the comment question will go ahead and be favorite Challenge Cup. Nah, screw it.